Hey, good morning, everyone. I'll call the May 4, 2023 Moines Area Metropolitan Planning Organization Executive Committee meeting to order. We have a quorum. Is there a motion for the agenda?
Move. Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, item 3 is a vote on to ratify the executive director's severance agreement. You have a copy before you. Maybe we'll take any further time to review that. Any questions for Scott? Entertain that at this time. So moved.
Second. I just have one question. So where's the money coming from? We take it out of SPP or where's that coming?
No, we'll have to take it out of reserve funds. We can't use federal funding on this because it's not being used to advance the transportation mission. So we'll get that.
Okay.
how much is in reserve?
Yeah.
We have 1.6 million or so in reserve, so we've got a healthy balance there to pay for this.
Okay. All right, there's a motion by Holmes, second by O'Connor. Any further discussion? Not call the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Any abstentions? That carries. All right, next would be then to ratify the appointment of Dylan as the interim executive director.
Move it.
Second. Motion by Hawkins, second by Holmes. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Abstentions? That carries. All right, item 5 is discussion and optional vote regarding the executive director search process. I've been given this some thought last week. My thought would be that I've got some names I need to visit with some folks. I was going to have a committee of probably 7, a mix of executive committee and policy committee members, a mix of areas of our MPO, of expertise, of thoughts probably frankly on some with the direction of MPO. So I'm going to have a broad range of folks that will serve on the executive committee. I think we need to probably hire a search firm, at least initially. That's my thought. We don't need to do that immediately, but I'd like to finalize that group and then convene a meeting of that and discuss the process moving forward and carry this forward and develop timeline for getting this done and you know, get out there and find somebody that's our new permanent executive director. So that's my thought. I would probably have this finalized by tomorrow. I just need to visit with folks to confirm that they're willing to serve on this. That's where I am. So any further discussion on this? I know a couple of you given me some thoughts on what you see as the process. And I've taken that in and thinking about that, but I'm certainly entertain any comments or discussions right now on the process.
We did this a few years ago for our city manager search, similar situation. We hired a search firm. It took a lot of emotion out of the process. And then we had a group of people that also helped with the interview process. And I think that's a good route.
Thanks, Jeff. I think Scott advises if it's under 25,000, we don't need to go to the full policy committee for the approval of the search firm. But if it's going to be over 25,000, we'll have to get that approved by policy. Mark?
Yeah, I agree with your approach. I think too that I have a name of a search firm that we've utilized before too, and it's not local. So I would recommend we find a non-local search firm so we don't get the same pool of names everyone else gets for everything in the metro. No disrespect to some of our local companies, but to get that nationwide search here going, and maybe perhaps it'll be someone local and they can apply, but I'd be happy to give you that name.
Yeah.
Company. I like it.
Obviously, each of our organizations have gone through this in some form, so I appreciate them, Mark. If you have names, please get them to me so we can have that on the list to consider. So
I'm totally supportive of the approach, Bob. I just curious. I just want to make sure that it isn't set up so rigid. We can talk about this when you appoint the committee, probably a better time for it. That I know that when we've done this in the past, whether it's a county administrator or a department head or something like that, we've done the search, we've done it for the health department, other places like that. You know, at the end of the day, you want the best possible person for the position that can move this place forward the way we all envision it. And some people, a lot of times, they don't want to put their name on a document or sign in for something that they're gonna be in the Des Moines Register as a finalist, when in fact they're currently employed or whatever as a city manager somewhere or a DOT guy somewhere, gonna lose their job there because the employer finds out they're doing X, Y, Z. We've had that happen multiple times, so I would just throw that out there, but we can have that discussion. What you've outlined sounds fine.
Yeah, we've had that happen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
They drop out at the last minute because they don't want to be in the newspaper.
We've offered position and they're like, no, we're gonna stay where we're at.
Doesn't make their current employer real happy sometimes.
Thanks, but no.
Okay. Any further? If not, I will get that finalized. I will circulate that to the entire executive as well, so you're aware of what I'm doing. And we'll move forward.
Need a vote on this, Bob?
I don't think we need to vote.
Well, it just says optional vote. That's all.
Well, I wasn't sure, but when we set the agenda, I wasn't exactly sure what we're gonna do, but Scott advises I have the authority under the bylaws to appoint the committee, so that's my intention.
Okay.
And then any further action that we would need to vote on, obviously, we'll come back to the exec.
So Bob, will we have to vote on deciding on who the search firm is, if you have like a list of different search firms, or how's that going?
I think we probably at least would exec need to at least approve that.
I think at least ratify it. You know, again, it depends on, I don't know how much yours was, Jeff, in search terms, but I've been told the $20,000 to $40,000 range, if we're on the low side of that, then executive committee can approve that. If you go over 25, then you have to go to policy to have an approved.
So I guess my thought on the process would be the search committee would review and vet names,
Okay.
bring a recommendation to exec
Yeah.
for ratification.
That makes sense, okay, thank you.
All right. Anything further then for the good of the order today? I appreciate everybody's time coming in.
I'd just say a couple of things.
Sure, yeah.
First of all, thank you for putting your faith in me for this, at least interim period here. A couple of things are coming up that we need to just take care of. There's a work program that is coming up. I've been holding off until we knew what the outcome of today was and how much the severance, because that'll have to go in there. So we'll put that into the work program. Gunner's been helping with connect with partners, let them understand what's been going on and how this transition is going, make sure they understand everything's still running. The MPO is not going away. We're just going through a little change here. So just want to let you know that we're working through some of these things here, and we'll continue to work with and probably be reaching out to all of you and our board members just to touch base, make sure that everyone's squared away, that we understand what issues are and how to move forward from them.
Thanks, Phil, I appreciate that. We are gonna continue, obviously. We're gonna be in DC next week, where we have a number of meetings set up with the delegation on Purple Heart Highway and some other things too. So we're gonna carry that mission forward. The work plan doesn't need to be approved by the main policy meeting. So we'll have a discussion on the final version of that at exec to review that and make a recommendation to policy for that as well. We do need to get that done by this May, so.
Who's going to DC with the discussions with the Purple Heart Highway? I didn't know who's all gonna be
From
there.
staff or from policy or both.
But, well, yeah.
Gunner and I will be there from staff, and then I think from executive committee, Bob, Ted.
We were just talking about that, Joe. I think we'll get the schedule out, and if you want to attend meetings on that, we'll open that up. So yeah, Gunner was gonna get the
If
schedule.
it's Thursday, I probably have some time.
Yeah.
Thursday. Wednesday is pretty tight with all our meetings for the city. And then I actually leave Thursday night on that direct flight out. So if we get it done Thursday, I'd be happy to attend. I think our Thursday's pretty open for me, other than meeting with Representative Nunn.
I can't remember what Gunner's got the schedule, so.
I can speak to that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to show you the schedule that we compiled afterwards if you'd like, go through it. Our intention was, now that the schedule is about finalized, we're going to communicate all of the activities for all the executive committee members who are going to be on the trip, invite them to participate.
Be happy to go continue our conversation that you and I and others have had in DC. I'm happy to do that if you'd like me to.
Hey, Bob, I saw a photo this week, you and Joe at the groundbreaking for the water trails. As you all are probably aware, I wasn't here when the decision was made to do the water trail project through the MPO, but I probably wouldn't have supported it. But having said that, I've tried to reassure Angela and others, all the players, that we're there now. And I don't think there's any confusion about whether or not we need to finish it. So when you guys are there talking to some of the folks, leadership, I'm not as close to as y'all and Angela probably, so.
We reassured them, didn't we?
Yeah.
Mayor? I mean, we did. That was a big question that day, and so I think we all
I think, yeah. I think-
did reassure them that we're gonna finish the project and we're gonna move forward, and that's.
And that's something else that'll be on the executive policy agenda is those water sales agreements that were on, and then we pulled them, the line of credit and the destination Iowa and the other thing. So just to give you a heads up, that'll be on there again.
Yeah, with an or.
So yes, we are, and we do need to, that needs to be seen to a successful conclusion, and
Yeah.
so I appreciate those comments too, that we're all in on at this point. to get that done, so.
We're gonna get it done. It's gonna be successful.
Off to a good start, I think.
All right,
Scott's Street.
anything else for the good of the order
We
then?
gotta finish the rest.
All right, we are adjourned, thank you, everybody.
Can I have the severance agreement?
I was gonna ask if it was.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like.
I don't know.